Apart from promoting democratic value, good governance, and support the aspiration for freedom of all oppressed people in Nigeria, the Solomon Amirila Foundation, in its effort to support younger generation to acquire leadership and economic empowerment, had engaged over 500 Nigerian youth in leadership and digital literacy training at a workshop in Abuja. The training seminar had the presence of some political office holders and business tycoons whose upgrowing experiences were inspirational to the youth. Some of them who spoke to Delegate TV on the importance of the leadership and digital literacy training have this to say.
Conference for today, I believe, has achieved and is achieving its purpose. It's to instill in the youth, number one, self-confidence, to instill in them the values of entrepreneurship, taking charge of your own destiny, hard work, good character, being trustworthy, and then being innovative. Just like you heard the example of the man who is one of the greatest entrepreneurs in rice markets, rice sectors, rice Afrique. He said at one point he was even selling wena through his wife, and they branded it, put a motorcycle on wheels, sold it, and they were making 10 million naira or so in a year. So, but now of course he owns huge industries in rice, livestock, animal. So he said he found his own ideas. Nobody had to tell him what to do, but he looked around, studied what people were doing and what needed to be done. So, filling the gap. There's a gap and there's a talent that every youth has to utilize to fulfill their potential and make Nigeria great. Fulfill your dreams. It's possible in Nigeria. Other people are doing it. Tony Elumelu started when he was young. He was 29, I heard, or so. 32 when he opened Standard Trust Bank. Aliko started when he was young. Everybody who is great today started when they were young. So start today, start young, dream big, work at it, and we'll get there. Skills. We're training them today, almost about 500 a year, and we're linking them up with the National Institute for Technology Development Agency, with Cisco certification. So there are many different types of certificates. There's also another company that came in from the UK that's going to train another 100 in different types of skills, digital skills, and so it's all free. We are going to be providing skills for youth over time, especially digital skills and literacy, because if you're an entrepreneur, you can make your business grow bigger and wider using technology. So whatever skills that you have using technology, you can have a wider reach and become more successful. So that's what we want the youth to embrace. Nigerian youth are among the most enterprising, as you can see in sports, entertainment, music, even in science and innovation. Nigerian youth are leading across the world. So Nigerian youth should believe in themselves. They have a lot of good ideas, create their own ideas, work at it, and make sure that it comes to success and reality.
For the youth, I say the sky is their limit. They need to put in a lot of hard work. They need to put resilience, and then they have to wear the cloth of contentment. Those are the things that will take them to heights in life. You know, you don't get everything done in 1 minute, and you must know, you must be what your onions in whatever you must cut your teeth. You need, and technology drives the world right now. Everywhere you go, it is a technology-driven world, and so digital training is key to success in life today. So it's a good thing for them. I'm sure you know that the government in Plateau State is a PDP government, and we are youth-friendly. And the PDP as a party is also a youth-friendly government, though the current president, His Excellency President Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, has shown great strides in that area, and I commend him for that. He's showing the tendencies of being a very youth-friendly president. Nigerians can judge for themselves between the youths of Nigeria and the person that made the statement who is lazy. I mean, you can tell for yourself. Nobody needs to tell you. I think you can judge for yourself. I mean, what are the products of the past 8 years that we can see that has brought? We can see hard work, or we can see results. Nothing.
Just to train our young people in leadership skills, to encourage them, to sensitize them, and educate them. Now, nothing comes easy. You have to work hard to get it. And to also let them know that they are not just future leaders. They should not allow anybody to deceive them that they are future leaders. They are leaders of today and of course leaders of tomorrow. They are leaders in their own right. There is nothing anybody is achieving that they cannot achieve. Whether you are 18, from 18 years or more, a lot of young people are doing very well in global space and they are contributing their quota, their intellect, their talents to develop the global space. So there's nothing wrong with our young people. And I know that a lot of young Nigerians out there are doing their best all over the world as well. So we need to continue to encourage them because they have their skills, they have their talents, and they are very, very good in their own space, especially in entertainment, in arts, culture, even in science. We have a lot of our young people that have made their names worldwide in quiet and small spaces as well that people don't really talk about. A lot of our young people are doing well there. So we need to encourage them because the present government has the political will to encourage young people. We have seen the selection of the ministers and the array of appointments that have been made by President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where he has been able to encourage young people. So they should capitalize on that and work towards their own successes in their own space. So all the lectures that we'll be giving today, they should take their time to listen and learn from them so that they can take advantage of the old education.
This summit is to invest in the generation that will take over Nigeria. And so responsible leadership must learn to invest in human capital, in knowledge gathering, in practical skills, so that wherever we are able to open opportunities in the economy for these people, they will fit in immediately. And that's how we will develop our nation to the dreams that we have once had for this country. We need to trust God for better peace in Nigeria. There are pockets of challenges, but all the people in leadership, I can tell you the fact that none of them are here to bring about chaos, but about peace and uniting our people together. If you look at the appointments that have been coming, you see that there's a rich mix from different parts of the country that are bringing that the president has brought into office. And that's still an ongoing exercise. Nigerians should be patient. Nothing happens in one day. We have to keep building and keep growing. Anything that grows up will stay up, but anything that goes up comes down. People are in a hurry to go up, and that's why Nigeria will keep coming down. Let's grow our economy. So when we have grown up, we'll stay there at the top. So be strong, work hard, be disciplined, learn from those that have gone before you, and trust God in all that you do.
It's a privilege for me to be invited in honor of the great sage, our father and mommy, and to come and share with the young Nigerians our experiences, especially in entrepreneurship. My panel was on entrepreneurship, and I shared my growing pains on how to create a business, what's the most demanding character traits that you need to succeed as a business. And then we talked about the usual thing that young people normally ask: how do you need money to start business? And I was able to explain to them that money is not the most driving reason to start a business. It's the idea first. Always concentrate on polishing your ideas. Money has a way of flowing to good ideas. And I also shared with them what's the most important thing. As far as I'm concerned, the most important character trait for a successful businessman is trust. Like I shared with them, my father brought me up to believe that if you pour milk on the ground, it will never come back again. And that's something that I share with people. Trust is like milk. If you want to stay successful, not just as a businessman, as a politician, as a media person, whatever you do, trust is the most important ingredient. The moment you keep the trust, God has a way of spotlighting you. Finish. It's about genetics first. My father was an entrepreneur, politician entrepreneur. And when I was growing up, I always wanted to solve problems. And I never saw myself as someone that would be stifled and caged for a 9-to-5 kind of a job. And graduating from university, I worked for a number of years around the country, and I noticed that my character trait did not suit that 9-to-5 kind of environment, because I'm an ideas person. I see problems and I want to solve them. That's the inspiration. And yeah, man.
Thank you.
It's been an amazing insight listening to all the speakers and all those who have spoken. We can't go too far than to say that the engagement of the younger generation is needed for the development of every nation, and that's what the Liberate Foundation has decided to do, to engage them. So I think that is a step in the right direction to get the youth engaged, equip them with knowledge and skills, because the greatest resource for any nation is the youth. So if our youth are being engaged, I think it's a very good thing. One of the things I need to emphasize again is value and integrity. Those two things are quite important in getting anybody recognized. You must be determined to have value, and your value or your values will eventually, bring out the best in you. Because if there is no value, there can't be a nation. A nation must have value or values. An individual must have value to get to anywhere or to get any vision actualized. Values are needed, and that's my advice. Just one word: value.
Importantly is the fact that the late Chief Solomon last stood for national unity, and you can see that the entire event is structured to celebrate the power of unity, to celebrate our diversity, and to also call on Nigerians that in the midst of the challenges that we're facing, there is need to create room for peace and national reconciliation. And it's just very clear from this event, and I'm so delighted that the foundation is still espousing the values of our great elder statesmen. The current administration had begun on a good note in terms of advancing the political inclusion of young people. With several appointments, we've seen young people compared to previous administration. We've also seen some policies that are targeted at addressing youth issues, like the supplementary budget. You can see a proportion have been made for student loans. We've also seen attempts to ensure that universities remain open. And so it's in early days, but so far so good. I think some steps have been taken, and it does appear that the current administration will be prioritizing young people. But then it's the early days. We'll see how the next couple of months and years will go.
Nigerian youth were advised to use the knowledge acquired from the training to work hard and write their names among the noble men and women in the society. Augustus Oche Ifene, Delegate TV, Abuja.